Hello guys of United Rock Nation. Today we are with two members of Audn for the passage in Toulouse with the tour with the girls and the great old one. So, how are you guys?
Really good.
Yes, really good?
A bit tired, but
okay.
Good.
So, before I recorded, you told me it's your second show in France.
Second show in France.
Yes. The first show was last
in Paris.
In Paris. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what is your feeling for this first tour in France and with this tour with Gal and the greater ones? Please explain to me your sensation.
Just really good.
It's been great so far.
Food has been great in France.
Food, yeah.
So
Food.
Ah, food.
Yeah. Love your food. The gig in Paris was actually was the best one so far.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
it's very good. The crowd was
crazy.
It's crazy and.
Okay, so
very nice.
Tonight is the same show.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah.
It's a bit smaller than yesterday, but
it's a Monday, so you know.
Yeah.
But
let's see.
We'll see how it is.
Let's see what you do, Toulouse.
Yeah. So before talking about your second album, I want to know more of your band. So could you explain to me how adventure was the motivation to make this band? Yes, in a few words. Tell me your adventure. Tell me what this is.
Audn was founded in 2010.
Yeah.
Originally, it was the idea was a solo project from Andre, and then we joined in and formed what Audn is today. Wrote this first album, which we released in
2014.
End of 2014.
Album, yeah.
It was like three and a half years to get out the first one.
We're slow.
Yeah, and then 3 for the next one, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Audn is the drive behind the music is of course, you know, Iceland. Iceland is a big factor in what Audn is and shaping our sound and the emotions behind that. You know, living in Iceland and cold and the darkness. And it's kind of
the epic landscapes and all kinds of, you know. Where am I going with this?
Depression.
Depression. It's because you. Yes, it's not a question in my interview, but it's interesting because you came from Iceland.
Mm-hmm.
There is a few bands in metal extreme came from Iceland, like Farvegir, like Zrin, Skalmold, or Miss Farvegir. Miss Farvegir.
Yeah.
I saw them in Germany this year in
right.
Partisan.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe this causes of this Iceland, the idea are maybe depressive and darkness in your music, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
It's I think all the Icelandic bands, in one way or another, share the same.
I mean, they're all influenced by
We're influenced by these the
so
surroundings, the forces that shape us, and Iceland. You know, it's the dark winters and the bright summers. You know, the erratic. We have 24-hour sunlight in the summers.
There is a typical atmosphere.
Yeah, I think so. The landscape is similar, although the music is very different from all these artists you mentioned.
Okay.
I mean, you don't sleep in summer and you just sleep in winter. You know, it's
Okay.
almost how it goes. You know.
So it's very hard to live in Iceland.
You kind of have to. You go to like a hibernation mode when the winter starts coming. So it's really nice to come here and actually see some sun. You know, for once. So
Days here are actually pretty quick though.
Yes.
You know, it's getting darker.
Yes, in the south of France, very good weather all the day, all the year. It's very good. So before talking about your second album, I want to have a few words about the first album, Audn, because when I listened to the two albums, I thought they are very, very different.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to know your state of mind when you composed the first album, because when I listened to this one, I found it epic, powerful. So yes, what what's your state of mind when you compose this album?
I think
First one was that was
it was more.
we were trying to find the direction. we were
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
Okay.
I think also we were writing stuff at home, bringing it to practice, and then just it was very much. I think like the songs that I wrote most of those, and likewise with him. But the newer one is much more of a collaboration. So it
We were kind
got
of
birthed on
getting rid of
yeah.
ghosts that we had already, dragging with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So some of these are old riffs and that we had been fermenting for a long time, and then they
Yeah,
came
yeah.
together in this first album, and we kind of got to release them.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
first album was far from perfect. Let's put it like that for us.
And so now your two album released last month, the 10th of November.
Yeah.
You called Farvegir Fyrndar.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. So yes, I think it's very very different album because of the music is more oppressive, is more dark and depressive, and the voice of the singer is scream. Yes, it's very different atmosphere. So could you explain this difference between the first album and this second album?
The new album was much more emotional, emotion driven, and more was a lot. It was harder to write.
Yeah. Probably. I mean, it's just more angry, I guess.
It's a lot more of ourselves in it than the old one was more just we were of course not copying, but we were paying homage to heavily influenced by the Norwegian scene. It was but this one we're more doing things our way, the way we want to play black metal.
So this second, could we say the second album is more the Audn style?
Yeah, this is
kind of music?
this is more into the direction that we're aiming for.
Okay.
We're not there yet.
It's what you want to do.
Yeah, this is direction that we're going into, at least for now.
Okay.
Might change our minds.
Yeah, we don't know what the weather's going to be like tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
So could you explain to me your process of creation? How do you work to make a song and to make an album?
It's
That's
depends on who you ask in the band.
Yeah.
But me and
it's
Andre are.
It's a long process. It's a lot of back and forth. I think it depends on the songs, of course. Some of them kind of just happen like this. Others,
Like the last song on Þjáning heillar þjóðar on the
it started with
first
one
album.
riff.
Yeah, it's just
and then just
that was just a jam that we created at rehearsal and just evolved, and we just played around with that same riff the whole song. I love those songs.
Yeah.
When they just create themselves.
Okay.
They just we just call them and they come. This new album we wrote a lot to, like you mentioned, in collaboration. It was a very joint effort.
I think Skuggar
Long rehearsals that these songs just came into creation.
I think like Skuggar, for instance, is I wrote a riff and he learned it, but then he played it wrong, and I just had to deal with that, and then I wrote everything, and then I basically did the rest like with my guitar. So he was basically focusing on the foundation of the entire song, and I was just adding the tapestry, I guess you could say that.
Okay. Oh, it's not easy.
Yeah, but it came out really nice.
Yeah, it happens a lot like that. I maybe bring an idea to rehearsal, some riff or a melody I wrote, or he does, and then we add on each other's. We rarely learn each other's riffs. So if I try to show him something, hey, play this, and he plays it completely different. Okay. And then I'm okay. You do it like
we're
that.
both very stubborn, I think. So
that's the thing that makes it work.
Yeah, exactly. I would rather, for him to add something new to what I was doing rather than just copying it, you know. And it always gets better that way, you know.
Your own touch on it.
Yeah, yeah.
About the lyrics, you wrote the lyrics in the same time you wrote the music, or it's after or before?
Both.
Both?
Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't really matter which one comes first, the song or the lyric. It's but oftentimes, like on this new one, most of the songs were ready before I started on the lyrics.
You maybe start with an idea for the
there's a certain
the theme
in every
of
song.
The lyrics.
There's a certain feeling or emotion, and listen to that and you can feel where is this going, and then you start to write and think about a story or a feeling that evolves around what you're feeling in the song.
Okay.
And then honestly, it's the same with when the song, you call them and they come. You know, it's the same with the words. At least for me, when I write,
Okay, I understand.
I wrote.
Is your experience personal experience or
both?
No, okay.
And extended, maybe, you know, have a personal experience, and then I collaborate on it and build around it. You know, of course, I'm not literally. Maybe I write a lyric about suicide. Obviously, I'm here still.
Okay.
But you know, it's you add on the feelings that you have in your mind. You know.
Okay. Something too I listened to the difference between the two albums is in the second album there is more instrumental plan than before.
Yeah.
So yes, it is the same process because of the emotion.
Yeah, I think it's the back and forth nature that we've been arranging, and also
there was just
we're jamming the songs a lot more.
There was a lot less space for vocals on the new one. You don't always have to be like we did on the first album. There was a more
more ambience.
Yeah.
So more drawn out.
The new album is more a bit gazier, maybe. You know, it's.
So for the promotion, you work with the Season of Mist, the French label, since the first album. Could you explain to me how do you meet together?
We met the people of Season of Mist, Gunnar Sauermann and Michael Berberian, the owner of the label. We met them at Eistnaflug festival in Iceland.
Okay.
Through there and the Wacken.
We played
battle.
there and then competed in the Wacken metal battle, and then we kept meeting these you know, these people from Season of Mist, and then eventually they became our friends, and their interest grew in our music, and we then got an offer from them, decided to collaborate with them on this album, and hopefully many others.
So with this label you can play in France and in Europe. So yes, I think it's very good. So it's your first European tour, or you yes?
This is the first whole
big tour.
Yes,
a long duration European tour.
We did 3 gigs at Inferno.
Yeah, we've done festival
and
runs. You know, go play festivals
so
and
that
maybe
was
dates
like
around them.
A mini tour, I guess, but it was only 3 shows. So, you know, this one is 16. Well, 15. So it's a bit more.
Okay. So for maybe the next show this summer, do you know if you will make some festival like Hellfest or maybe Partisan or Metal Days? There is a lot of festivals.
It's not something we can reveal right now, but let's hope so.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Yes, with an album for the promotion too, I think.
Never say never.
Okay, yes.
We started working with a booking agency now, so maybe we'll see what will happen. Hopefully, we'll be more present on the mainland in the coming year.
Yes. Last question about the general question. It's about the metal in Iceland.
Yeah.
So what takes the place of the metal, the heavy metal, and maybe all this kind of metal in Iceland, because we don't know what's happened
in Iceland.
Yes, in Iceland. So yes, could you explain to me?
You want to start?
Like important this kind of music in Iceland.
It's the metal scene is pretty small in Iceland compared to everywhere else in the world. It's I think it's about maybe 2,000 people.
You could say per capita, of course. Then it's
everything
really
per capita
big,
in Iceland.
you know, everything's biggest per capita in Iceland for some reason. But
there's of course a lot of black metal. Recently, there was a big boom in the black metal scene. I think
bands.
There were always black metal bands, but after I think after Svartadauði they released Flesh Cathedral. In what was it, 2004
or 5? I don't remember exactly.
Can't remember. I think it's 2010 actually.
I think when we were growing up, you know, it was mostly just death metal and like blackened death metal.
Yeah.
Those bands kind of evolved into what we know as the black metal scene today.
Okay.
In Iceland, so they have this. A lot of them have this really, French connection.
There are kind of two elements, though.
The third wave.
There's the underground, and then there's the more popular bands like Skullmold or I don't know if you know them, Dimma. It's
Vintage Caravan.
Vintage Caravan.
They're more of a psychedelic rock.
But these
band
are bands that have gone mainstream, honestly, in Iceland.
Okay.
And then there's the more. To us, of course, more interesting part. It's the underground. That's the black metal scene. Mainstreaming, Shrine, Svartadauði, Sinmara, and all these bands. Although we're not, it's a very many of these bands. It's a close circle of individuals that are sharing members and collaborating on multiple projects.
You know, all together, I think.
Yeah, they are.
Yes,
and we are. It's kind of the black metal scene, and then Audn. We're kind of outsiders of an already outsider genre.
We only share members with
nobody.
Dinfari, but I think.
No, he quit.
Okay,
Dinfari.
he quit. Okay, then we don't share members with.
We don't share members. Period.
Okay, so thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much to be in France.
Yeah,
for this show for tonight.
We're
I
psyched
think
to
it
be
will
here.
be good.
I think so as well.
Okay.
It's turning dark now, so it's almost time. It's almost time.
Okay. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Thank you.
We are Audn, and this is United Rock Nations.